Good morning and welcome back towards another video, and today we are going to be going over the Scarlet Monastery. Let us begin. Okay, so today we're going to be going over the Scarlet Monastery. This one is a fairly easy one in order to do, but can also net you in some seriously good gold overall. One thing of note when it comes towards this, you're going to be wanting to go over towards Tirisfal Glades and go towards the Scarlet Monastery. Figured. And the next part that we're actually going to be wanting to do is we're going to want to jump into the actual said instance. This is because once we actually jump into here, we're going to be wanting to start our farm by taking out all of these mobs right here. You want to take out these particular corpse piles and loot these mobs up. Otherwise they're going to keep spawning zombies towards you and you can never get out of combat. And that can cause a little bit of a problem when you're actually farming this up as well. However, there is packs of 4 to 5 of these mobs, as you can pretty much do this very easily and then just gather it up right at this boss. I use my Typhoon and Soothe ability in order to actually gather up these mobs, and that means I can just wait for these guys to come over. I wish these guys were a little bit faster, that would make things a lot easier. However, once they're taken out, we can just continue. One thing to mention when you're actually doing this said farm is take out these Scarlet Judicators. They have a really nice loot table, and even though the Judicators are kind of annoying to actually pick up because they're neutral and you can't just run past them, grab their aggro and just keep going, it is something you don't really want to miss out on. However, when it comes towards this courtyard area or the chapel gardens as it's named in the game, we're going to be wanting to just gather up all of these mobs. As opposed to Scarlet Halls, Scarlet Monastery is incredibly easy to run and it has some of the best drops within the old world of vanilla. This is because a lot of the high-pieced gear comes from this, and this can be things, for instance, such as the Scarlet Boots. We're just finishing this run off into our last few stages. We do have the batching of the mobs, which on this one I tend to do this into 3 different batches, otherwise I lose aggro and that just causes me more hassle than it's actually worth. Once that's done, all we got to do is just loot up our mobs and then just take out that last and final one. The last pull that we're actually going to be wanting to do is just inside of here, and we do not want to do aggro the boss. You can, but it just opens up a load of RP dialogue, which I prefer not to engage myself with, as I find that that counts for a few more seconds added onto my time for actually running this, and for the time to reward, it's really not that worth it. Once again, using Soothe and Typhoon ability to just gather those mobs up, and I run around the post. This is because all of the casters can't see me and they're literally forced to come round. Once that's done, take those out, take that out, and once that's done, all I have to do is then dream walk in and out because of my druid ability. You can always do that as a monk, however I prefer to use my druid because I actually don't have a max level monk. That being said, once that's all said and done, all we have to do then is just press reset instance. You can use this on the Worth It Recorder and also on Loot Appraiser. They both function as the same thing basically. However, Worth It Recorder will actually save your farm for a later date in order to value it, just so you know. That being said, we're just going to use our Dreamwalk ability to jump back to the next into Scarlet Monastery, and it will take us to roughly around about here in the Tirisfal Glades. All we have to do is just run around the side and jump back in. However, when we go into Worth It, we can go in towards Transmog and we can have a look at the Scarlet Monastery, and we can take a look at some of these items that you can get. The keynote items are the Scarlet Boots, which are currently going for around about 98,000 gold. Yeah, they're pretty dang awesome and I would love this set. However, I'm too lazy to actually get the set for myself. The Sunblaze Coif, 8,999 gold. Really fun fact, all of these Scarlet mobs outside of the instance drop the Sunblaze Coif, just FYI. The Beggar's Robes for 6,000 gold. The Chest Full Musket, which is 38,000 gold. The Cobalt Crusher, which I personally have on the auction house at the moment, but that's worth 68,000 gold. And the Archon chest piece, which hasn't been seen on the auction house for quite some time. If you can see on my TSM, it's not even showing up, it's just showing disenchant value and vendor sell price. However, if you got a hold of that, you'd be able to sell that on for a stupidly high amount of gold. However, the most expensive is the 98,000 gold Scarlet boots, and we were able to complete one run within around about 3 minutes. So on average, with the time delays between dream walks, we could do this roughly in around about 30 to 35 odd minutes, depending on how fast you are. Other than that, that's pretty much everything I have to say for this video for today. If you want any other additional types of gold making video content, then please feel free to go over towards the Patreon. Other than that, have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.